Do you love indie titles but hate racism? Then do I have the perfect opportunity for you. As a website known as itch.io is hosting a indie bundle which you can purchase for a cool $5. What do you get in this bundle? Well, let me tell you. You get a lot, let's say. And by a lot I mean a fuck ton. And by a fuck ton I mean over 1,000 games for $5. If that is not a steal, I do not know what is. These games regularly priced at $8,329 for just $5. Why wouldn't you buy that? And all proceeds go to a good cause supporting racial justice and equality against police brutality because America is kind of in a bit of a state right now. So, if you have $5 to spare, please donate for a good cause, and play some fucking games. At the time this podcast goes live, you'll have about 4.5 days left to go donate, and there's got some absolute stellar games. Night in the Woods, absolute masterpiece. One Shot, Super Hexagon. I can speak. Cook Serve Delicious 2, another fantastic game, and that's just 4 out of what did I say? 1,000. That is a lot. You'll be kept busy for a long time. So, if you have $5 to spare, go donate. Link in the description. And if you don't donate, then you're basically racist. Okay, onto the podcast. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Going Topicless, the podcast which, ironically, despite the title name, manages to stay rather topical. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my wonderful co host, Cameron. How are you doing today?
Tired. Very tired. My sleep schedule's still so fucked up right now because I'm not working. And
Are
I
you a
just,
night owl?
yeah, but the problem is the last couple days I have managed to sleep sometime between either like 12 p.m., so like noon, and like 6 p.m., or like 6 p.m. to like 1 a.m. And then so I'll wake up at like 1 a.m. and I'll just like stay awake the whole day.
Mm.
And then but then I'll still just be awake come like 1 a.m. the following day. So there have been so many days in the last few weeks where I've been awake for like 24, 28 hours
Oof.
before like going to sleep just cuz I don't know. I don't have any explanation for it actually. It's been
Yeah.
rough though. It's been rough and I think the biggest problem that I have is I have zero structure in my life right now
Right.
because I'm still out of work because of coronavirus or COVID if you're a fucking scientist. Um, and since I'm not working, I like I don't know, I just have no motivation to get out of bed. Or not I don't like to say that. That makes me sound hella
Depressed.
depressed. Um, I just don't have any reason to like not take a 5 hour nap at 3 o'clock in the afternoon
Right.
and order Chipotle at 9 p.m. and then stay awake until 7 a.m. But I don't know. We're getting through it. It's pretty tough. I I feel like I have been using all of the time off from work to catch up on like, a couple movies or I've just been playing a lot of video games really. I did watch the movie came out a long time ago. Or not a long time ago, but it was a 2019 release, I think. It's called Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Oh, I
I
heard of
watched
that. I've
I
never
watched that a
watched it though.
couple days ago. I have been known to dabble in the sports gambling world, so it was interesting to watch from my perspective like that because the basis of the movie is this Adam Sandler plays a guy. He like owns a jewelry store in New York City, I think it is. But he is basically in real bad with a bunch of bookies, and he is just like a massive. He has a massive like gambling addiction, and he just places these like crazy fucking bets, like 5, 6, 8 leg parlays. Which anybody that doesn't know, a parlay is when you put multiple bets on the same bet slip, and all those bets, a part of the bet slip, have to hit for you to win. And if one of them loses, then you lose the ticket. So this dude's making, he's placing these bets that are like, 1 in a million. Fucking, they've got, plus 10, plus 20,000 odds on them. And he's placing these bets with like, 50, 60, $100,000. But then, you know, no spoilers really, but like he's not very good at it. He's just like waiting to like hit big. So like, cause if he hits one of these bets, then like he'll be a millionaire type shit.
Right.
Not gonna spoil anything. It's on Netflix. It's a really good movie. It's a little lengthy. I actually fell asleep watching it. That sounds
What's the
bad. Let me
runtime
let
like?
me let me preface
160
that.
minutes?
No, it's actually just over 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
126 minutes maybe. The reason I fell asleep was more or less because of the whiskey I was drinking, not because the movie was boring or unentertaining. But I went back and watched it as soon as I woke up the next morning. Very good movie. The ending of it is fucking wild. And I don't want to spoil anything, but if you've seen it, comment down below what you thought of it. I thought it was really good. I would definitely recommend it. I don't know if I'll watch it again. It's not like a fun movie. Like it's not
Not
something
much
that I could maybe
rewatchability
watch.
to it.
Yeah, no. It's not like a comedy or even like a fun action movie. An Avengers movie or Star Wars or
Is it like
Harry Potter or something like that.
thriller sort of drama?
Um, More drama-esque. It was definitely, you couldn't watch the movie if you were doing something else. I I definitely had to pay attention. And
Right.
I was confused for like an hour and a half. No bullshit. I was hella confused almost the entire time that I was watching the movie because they never really gave you like a direct plot line. They just
Mm,
kind of threw sporadic information at you and you had to like piece the characters together kind of stuff. And there's not even all that many characters. Really Adam Sandler's just kind of like a one-man show with like a lot of supporting cast behind him in the movie.
right.
Nobody really has all that much screen time other than Sandler. And I don't know, it's a hard movie to explain, but for it being as serious as a role as it is, it was kind of cool to see Adam Sandler, who is known for this comedic presence and does family movies or like funny PG-13 films, and then watching him like get thrown into a serious role
Hmm.
where he's not just cracking jokes every other line or with the cliche ending and all that. It definitely was not a cliche ending, and it threw me for a fucking loop. And the ending was the best part of the movie. I mean, it was just like, yep, that's exactly how I did not see this ending, and I'm really glad that it did.
Right on.
It was good. I watched it. It was good.
Uncut Gems. I'll have to check it out.
Yep. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Shameless free advertisement for Netflix. Um,
Netflix sponsor us.
speaking of Netflix, I saw this forum post. I think it was actually today, and it said uh the it was like talking about the unconscious costs of Netflix, and it's like it's $12.99 a month or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so if you pay it monthly, then it's X amount of dollars per year. But
It's
had
like
you taken that?
104, somewhere around the 140
Yeah,
buck
it's like
range.
$154.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I can math.
Or no, yeah, pretty damn close. 156 bucks. 57. Well, 156 and some change.
Okay.
Either way, we'll say 160 a year.
Yes.
160 bucks a year for Netflix. Um, and the what the post was getting at was that if instead of purchasing a Netflix subscription between the years like 2006 to 2013 or something like that, or maybe it was 2013 to 2018. Either way, it was like a 5 or 6 year span. And it was like instead of purchasing Netflix every month for 6 years, and instead you bought Netflix stock during that time, then that stock price today, with all those shares that you could have accumulated over those years, would be worth like $37,000.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's funny.
So I don't know. I thought that was a fun little tidbit, and I was like, yeah, that makes me wish that I could time travel back to like 2011 and buy Bitcoin for $1.
I was just gonna
And
say, I wish I'd have like invested in a couple of bitcoins way back when.
no shit, dude.
Now
That's
it's like
crazy to me, man.
fucking
Just
several $1,000s just for one.
Well, yeah, it just passed 10,000
10,000,
a
holy fuck.
couple days ago. I mean, that's it's down, a lot since last year. Last year, the year before, it peaked at like 20,000.
Do you dabble in the
Crazy.
stocks?
I do not cryptos though. I don't trade cryptos.
No.
They're too volatile for me. They don't ever stop. Cryptos don't. So even like outside of market hours, they're just continuously turning.
Right.
And cryptos are just kind of one of those things where like there's in my mind, cryptos are a lot like jewelry, where to some the value of a diamond, is worth something.
Hmm.
It has that um, you know, money value to that diamond. However, that value in turn is really just intrinsic value. It's at the end of the day, it's just a fucking
It's just a rock.
pretty stone that was, yeah, it's a rock that was found in the ground, and somebody with a lot of money and a monopolized mine told consumers, hey, these are really rare, which diamonds really aren't all that rare, beyond contrary belief. And they say, hey, these things are worth, thousands and thousands of dollars. But I'm not an individual that believes that diamonds have that much value to them, because once you buy it from the retailer, if you try and sell that diamond, third party or on resale, you're not even gonna get like 20% of what you bought it from at fucking K Jewelers.
Yeah.
Another free fucking sponsorship there.
It's like those
Um,
fucking those pawn shops that'll take your old jewelry. They
mhm.
give you like fuck all for your old jewelry.
Oh yeah, well, because there's no value to it. There's
No.
not no real value to it. It's all in the consumer's head.
Thing is, then they'll just
And
immediately like you sell your old jewelry to this pawn shop or whatever, and then they just turn around and sell it to the highest bidder, who then turns around and sells it to the consumer for like $10,000. So it's just an
mhm,
endless cycle of making stupid amount of money on something that's not really worth that much.
right, and so that's kind of how I view cryptos. So the problem with cryptos in my mind is even when you look at something like Bitcoin. So one coin right now is going for, I'll get you an exact price right here. At this time, on January 10th, Wednesday, 2020, at 8:23 p.m. Eastern Time, one whole Bitcoin is worth $9,899.86. Problem with that is one Bitcoin is still being traded in, US currency or Canadian dollar or yen or any other federally backed currency. However, they're creating their own, blockchain behind it to try and be this like end all be all of a currency kind of thing.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's still being traded with, you know, Federal Reserve money. So there's still that monetary value in US dollars to each Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin is really, what is the purpose of the Bitcoin?
I don't know.
Really can't. Some retailers accept Bitcoin as currency, and you can sell them, 0.00367% of a Bitcoin. You can do math like that when you're dealing with purchasing in cryptos. However, it's still just converted to the current price of what the crypto is going towards. Nobody ever you're not gonna go and purchase something and be like, oh, it's worth 1 Bitcoin or it's worth 6 Bitcoins, because the Bitcoin isn't the value. The value is what, the fucking market is saying that the Bitcoin is worth, what the blockchain is saying
Hmm.
that it's worth right now.
It's also worth noting that Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies aren't physical. Like you can't hold a Bitcoin in your hand. So like really their value is entirely arbitrary. There's because like you can't do
Yeah.
anything
And
physical with
and
it.
people love cryptos, and I know people that made a lot of money off of Bitcoin like when it started to blow up. It hadn't quite blown up. They took their money way early. And they absolutely hated themselves for it. Uh, but I had a buddy that made a good chunk of change off of Bitcoin, back in 2018, and um, I mean I've bought and traded other cryptos before, um, not so much Bitcoin, just because it's obviously way out of my fucking price range, and I don't like buying things fractionally.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I just don't. But they just move too much for me, and I don't like it. Um, and like I said, I don't like the idea that there's no product backing the coin. The coin is just it's all like a fucking technological software in a sense. It's a coding.
Hmm. Just ones
Um,
and zeros.
yeah. I mean, it's like when you fucking you go into a pawn shop and you've got like gold coins, or fucking like just gold jewelry. The pawn shop is just gonna fucking give you price per weight on that gold,
Yeah.
because it's not worth more than the weight in gold. So, they're gonna fucking melt it down and just make gold bars out of it.
Hmm.
So I mean, what really is, the fucking, I don't know, like just cryptos are so weird too, because you talk to some people, especially people that trade cryptos, like that's what they trade. They basically the motherfuckers that bought 10,000 bitcoins when they were $1 fucking 6 years ago, and they just held on to it for fucking 6 years, and now they think that they're like fucking geniuses when it comes to trading stocks or when it comes to making money in the market of any kind,
Yeah.
because they turned fucking $10,000 worth of cryptocurrency into like $2 million. um and those people are the worst, because they just got lucky. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's nobody ever predicted for Bitcoin to ever hit $20,000.
In another
Um,
universe, they sunk that 10K into cryptocurrency and lost all of it.
right. And there's a lot of people that bought into Bitcoin when it hit $20. Bitcoin has made just as many millionaires as it has made people fucking lose millions. Um, because there's so just like the rest of the stock market, cryptos have finite number of they're not technically shares, they're coins, but same sense essentially. um Kind of, sorta. A share is a percentage of the company,
Hmm.
and it's based off of the market cap. of the company and however many outstanding shares they have with the company and how many total shares and all that kind of bullshit. And I just want to preface all this. I am not in any sense a financial advisor. I'm not in any sense educated or mastered in anything. So anything I say is not advice. Anything I say, I'm not telling anyone to do. And
It's
I'm sure
important
as
to know
shit
that
not
we are not
trying.
professionals in any capacity.
No. I am going to explain things as best I can with my fucking third grade education and just dabble on for a couple more minutes until Devin comes up with a better fucking topic to talk about. But the problem with cryptos is that they are actually like they're technically data mined in a blockchain, and there's a finite number of coins. So there's a finite number of bitcoins, and when Bitcoin's price, raised to that 20,000 back in, I think it was that last year, 19?
No, I don't keep up with cryptocurrency whatsoever.
Hang no, it was 2018. Wait, 2017? No, it was 18. Nope, it was actually end of 2017 when it peaked over 19,000. December 15th, 2017, it peaked at $19,260.
You just know some
Uh,
poor bastard bought 'em right at that moment.
but that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm getting at. So, when someone buys a stock, they're essentially buying it off of someone that is already the owner of those shares. Um, and so then that's when you get into the concept of like your asking price and your bid price. So the asking price is what the seller is asking for that stock. So somebody put a Bitcoin up for sale, technically, quote unquote, for $19,260. That coin was then purchased by someone else, and then it immediately dropped. And not even a week later, it's down $5,000.
Wow.
And then in January, so 1 month later, January 26th of 2018, the coin's down to $11.7 thousand. A
That's a
month following
massive
that,
drop.
yeah, because it peaked, and when it peaked, you get all these sellers. People are dumping them. They're just selling them, selling them, selling them. And so when you have massive sell-offs like that, your pricing just absolutely tanks because you have more sellers than you do buyers. And so when you have more sellers than you do buyers, supply and demand, easy economics, people aren't going to be paying crazy prices for them, which means people aren't going to be able to sell those coins or those shares for these higher prices. Now, I mean, I don't know what volumes were. I could figure it out, I guess. But let me see if I can see volumes real quick. Because I'm curious now. No, I don't know. My charts aren't showing volumes on cryptos, but it's funny because I mean, just Bitcoin made a lot of people a lot of money,
Hmm.
especially the people that bought in like 2011. Um, and if anyone did that, then like good shit. But I think what a lot of people fail to remember is even in 2015, one Bitcoin was still over $200. Um,
Hmm.
and so, yes, it did have massive gains. However, even if you would have bought in 2015 at 200 a coin, you had to wait, 3 years for an actual return, or 2.5 years on like that, big massive return.
Yeah.
And obviously you could have traded and you could have, sold and bought back, at various times. And I'm sure a lot of smart traders did that. Um, but, you know, I don't find any value in cryptos. If you talk to someone else, I've had conversations with people that have very strong opinions on cryptos, but I just don't understand it. I like companies that have products that they sell and you know, they have fucking quarterly reports that talk about their sales. Because uh I don't know. I prefer to be an investor, not a trader, I
Yeah.
guess. You know. Um
It's kind
It's
of
how I
like
live with the
fucking
market. I mean, that's
like skins for games like Fortnite skins, PUBG skins, CS:GO skins. It's like
Fortnite skins
they
cannot be put in that conversation because you can't resell Fortnite skins.
okay, fair enough. PUBG skins
CS:GO
and
skins
CS:GO
though.
skins.
Yes.
It's like, well,
I
they
I
have they're
I
only
have invested in CS:GO skins and I've been playing the long game on some. I have skins in my inventory from majors last year. Not even skins. Skin cases or skin actually sticker capsules. Um I know you don't play a lot of CS, but in the game and for our listeners especially, they sell cosmetic capsules that are completely chance based. It's technically a fucking form of gambling.
Mhm.
And it spins a wheel like a goddamn lottery machine, and it lands on one, and that's your prize. These do have uh, a cost to them, a real world cost.
Mhm.
And in 2019, during the last two majors of CS, the last two CS:GO majors, one in like February of last year and one in like September or May or some shit. Um, on the last day of the major every year, doesn't matter what major it is, but on the Sunday, all these sticker capsules go down to 25 cents a piece. I bought a fuck ton of them. The ones from earlier in the year are worth over $2 right now on the Steam marketplace, and the ones from later in the year over $1. I've just been sitting on them.
Wow.
I bought all of them for 25 cents, and I've already made a 300% return on half of them and a 600% return on the other ones.
Damn.
Or wait, is that math right? I don't know. I don't think that math's right. Either way, I've made money off of them,
Yeah.
and they'll just keep going up because how the CS:GO skins and shit, like how that shit works is that's all about um how many how many units are out there. And it's pretty similar to like stocks, in a sense of like the less available, the higher the price.
Mhm.
So the less outstanding shares available, the higher the stock's price. The less available sticker capsules on the Steam marketplace, the higher the price is going to be.
That's kind of why I brought it up in relation to cryptocurrency because like
Hmm.
this is all virtual stuff. You can't get like well, I think you can get some CS:GO skins like actual physical knives and stuff some people have gotten. Like
Yeah, there's a couple companies that create them.
for the most part it's all just like virtual stuff for a video
Hmm.
game that people are
Yep.
buying and selling for real money. So
Hmm. I've
that's
spent a
kind
lot
of
of money on Counter Strike over the years that I've been playing it,
hmm
like a lot.
So that's kind of I kind of see cryptocurrency as the same thing. It's nothing that you can physically hold or
I
do
don't.
anything with.
I don't see. I do not compare them to. I don't compare those two at all, actually. And
No,
I say that because at least with the skins in the video games, like I can use them.
true.
No, no, they
You
don't
can
like
view them and
have.
stuff.
They don't have. Like there's no physicality to it. Like I can't like I could never hold it. However, I can at least use it in the fucking game that I play. Whereas in a Bitcoin is literally just ones and zeros on a fucking screen. You know, the ticker goes up and down 24 hours a day, and something is telling something else that like this is the value in federal currency.
Right.
I I just don't understand. I don't understand blockchains enough to even be talking about it. Um, and to be honest with you, I don't think I ever really care to understand it.
That's like the
Unless
same thing with the
unless like
skins
the
though. Is like whatever games company has decided, oh, this is the value of this knife skin, and this is the value of this gun skin, etc.,
no,
etc.
because it's not really the game company telling you that that's the value of it. Not for CS:GO at least. Not for CS:GO. Now, cosmetic items for like Fortnite, when you have Epic, selling their little packs or their skin packs and stuff, for like $20 or $10 or whatever, and saying like, oh, this is a rare legendary one, even though they're not rare, they fucking sell them to everybody. Um, but they're like, oh, these ones are unique, and you can be fucking uh Deadpool in fucking Fortnite. But like for CS:GO skins, it's really community based. Whoever gets the first one, like say there's a new case that comes out and Valve releases a new weapon skin case, um, pretty frequently, maybe quarterly or at least, biannually. And so if you're early to get one of these cases, which they drop in game, you can't just like buy them. Like anybody selling them on the marketplace are all users or all players of the game that have gotten these drops like after playing the game. Um, and so if you get the first one, you set the value. And if you ever look at so Steam does do lifetime charts uh on like item pages on their marketplace.
Hmm.
And if you look at prices, for a new case, then you'll see, the day one that the case came out, some cases will start at like, 15, $20. And then like a week later they'll be at like $8. And then like a week later they're at like 4. And the week after that they're at like $2. And a week after that they're at like, a dollar. Month later, they're under a dollar and so on and so forth. Because it's all about availability and desire to want it, because obviously over time more people are going to play the game, more people are going to get these drops in game. But so then, the it's recommended, I guess, not officially by anyone, but it's recommended by me, that if you know you're ever playing CS and like a new case comes out and you get a case drop, fucking open that some bitch, hope you get a good skin. Even if you don't, you're going to be able to sell whatever skin that is right away for more than what you paid for the key to unlock it, which you have to pay like 250 for a key to unlock the
Right.
case. Because if you're like, oh, I like this skin, I'm going to hold on to it. That's a terrible idea, because 2 weeks later it's probably going to be worth nothing because so many more people are going to have it. But people love to buy the new skins even though they know in like less than a month they're going to be 10% of the value on day than they were on day one. It's wild. It's
I
a
don't know.
crazy
Yeah.
concept. Uh, and I think what's crazier is that game developers have gotten away for so long with implementing things like this in their games, like the loot boxes or
Yeah.
weapon cases or even just all the microtransactions that like Fortnite does. And granted, I don't mind any of them. I mean, it's all purely cosmetic based. You don't need them to play the game. They don't make you better at the game.
Yeah.
It's
Unless you're
whatever.
EA.
Well, that's what I was going to get into. Is then when all the cosmetic microtransactions are fine, but then you look at a company like EA and like Star Wars Battlefront 2 back in 2018, or I think that's when that game came out,
Yeah.
and they make you either grind for like 6,000 hours in order to fucking unlock like Darth Vader, or you can just pay like $20 to get him right now, or whatever it was. I don't remember the fucking ratio there, but it was crazy. And I never played that game, but I did keep up with a lot of it because EA did catch a lot of flack from that from so many publishers.
Oh yeah.
And I think they actually like just did away with it altogether in like a year later. Like they stopped with the whole.
I know they. I think like wasn't it in the beta they had it and then they took it out, but then
No,
they
the
brought it
game
back for
launched
full
like that.
release.
Game launched like that.
I thought they had it in the beta and then they took it out, but then
No,
they
it
brought it back for
launched
the full
like that.
release.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they ever took it out at all for the beta,
Maybe not.
but I do know that at launch it was like that, and
Yeah.
people were pissed.
Rightly
And I
so.
mean, rightfully so. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, at least with like Fortnite, you know, you know what you're gonna get. If you swipe the credit, I mean, you're getting your $20 skins that you think are worth it, and you're gonna look like a fucking gingerbread man around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a fucking candy cane pickaxe, and
That's just like whatever, honestly. I couldn't care less about that.
right. Um, Valve and their concept, loot boxes and weapon crates and sticker capsules. Um, it's a little worse because obviously it's luck based. So there's some gambling comparisons to be made.
Hmm.
I don't believe it's as serious as gambling can be because there's a fixed price on everything, like on the keys that Valve sells.
Right.
And because they are strictly cosmetic and they don't affect the gameplay in any way. Hence, players do not need to purchase these skins, for any sort of advantage or in order to play the game. So I don't really care for the
It's
whole
in that
gambling
case
argument.
where it mostly just comes down to your own self-control, whether or not you buy into that stuff. Like
Absolutely.
you
I
hear
mean, it's
news
consumer
stories of
based.
kids that spent like a fucking their family fortune on a Fortnite
Hmm.
skin. It's like,
Oh,
is
I've
that
seen
really the
things.
game's fault, or are you just a bad parent?
Going back to EA and their shitty fucking tactics. So in FIFA, you can unlock like player packs for like Ultimate Team. So
Hmm.
like basically like building, a superstar team, so you can be unbeatable and all that shit. And I saw this article years ago. The kid was pretty young, uh, but he was definitely old enough to know that he was wrong. Like, like there, I just don't think that. I want to say he was anywhere between like 13 and 15 years old. And I could find the article, but I
So old
don't care
enough
that
to know
much.
better and too young to care.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like jerking off with the door unlocked.
Yeah.
Um, and he spent like 3 grand on his mom's credit card on FIFA Ultimate packs, and it was a big thing. And the mom tried to get like EA to return the money, like take all the products away from the kid's account and like get the money back, and EA didn't do it. Like EA was like, no, like you fucking clicked, a user agreement that you were gonna pay in full. Um, I don't know, take better fucking care of your kids.
I mean, in that case, like, yeah, fucking
I mean, no, I
EA is
think
not
both
obliged to
parties
give you
are
your money
correct
back.
here. No, EA, but at the same time, it's like if EA didn't make it so fucking difficult, to get Messi and Ronaldo for fucking their kids' ultimate teams, if you didn't have to open, I don't even know how much each pack is. I would imagine a few bucks a piece. So the kid probably opened like 100 or 200 packs and, just was never satisfied with the players that he
Hmm.
got. Because I believe that each, like within the packs, each card has like a rarity to it. And obviously, like the better players are like more
More
rare
rare,
than,
yeah.
yeah. But again, there's no actual value to like you. At least with CS:GO skins, I can fucking sell them if I want to. Like, that's why I never understood the Fortnite skins. Or like now, I know you've been playing Valorant a little bit.
Yeah,
They got skins in their game,
yeah, and I don't think
but
you can sell those as far
you
as I
can't
know, right?
sell them. Yeah, there's no marketplace.
But as far as
Nothing.
I know, though, they're like you're not paying for a random crate to get a random unlock. You
Right.
can buy whichever one you want at
Right.
the set price that it's at. So,
Much like Fortnite,
well,
but
Fortnite,
still.
the thing is with Fortnite is like items that you can get change every week, and like
Hmm.
each item appears at a certain frequency. Like
Yeah.
there are certain things that have never
Like
been in the store since like the very first season, and
right.
like they're very rare. So
Like the fucking skull and bones and shit like that,
yeah.
or the Red Knight, or
And then there are like certain
trying to
media
think of other
characters
ones.
like John Wick that only come out,
Hmm.
once every few seasons.
Yeah, I remember. So I didn't play Fortnite all that much, but I did dabble in it between like season 2 and 3, and like of chapter 1. I
Back
guess
when it
I
was
have to
good.
specify that now. Um, and I think I bought like one thing, or actually I bought two things. I lied. I bought one like full pack. It was like a detective pack. And the only reason I bought it was because the pickaxe was a big ass magnifying glass. And I
Mm,
thought that was dope. And then I bought a pickaxe later that was a chug jug thing, but
yeah.
it looked like a fucking keg, like a beer keg.
Yeah.
And it was like on a a handle to be a pickaxe. And I was like, yep, that's cool. So like I mean I spent, $30 in the game back 2 years ago, but for what, man? I fucking haven't touched that game and
Yeah.
since like season 6 probably. When was the You might not even know the answer, I guess.
I know I
Actually,
stopped playing
I
like at the start of season 6 as well, same time as you.
I probably stopped playing when they like in well, the shopping carts thing. You could like get into the shopping carts and like take them down ramps and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I think
That was like the last time I played.
that was like late season 5, I think.
Okay. So yeah, like probably like season 6 was when I was out. It just got so sweaty for me. Like the building was unreal. Couldn't keep up.
Dude,
Maybe I'm just
people
old,
like
but
build entire mansions in 5 seconds. It's
that's what I'm
ridiculous.
saying. I couldn't keep up with it. And that's what they do today. I was getting pissed off at the shit they were doing a year and a half ago.
Hmm.
I could never get down the idea of just like throwing a wall up in front of me. Like immediately. Like you get into a gunfight, you throw a ramp up in front of you.
Yeah.
Like try and get some cover, get some
I
high
liked
ground.
it. It was a nice unique idea that other games haven't never done before. I quite enjoyed it.
But damn, did the community just take it 10,000 steps further than I believe the developers ever thought that it could even go.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
way, no way anybody at Epic Games was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be really cool once people figure out that they can just like spin bot up a fucking skyscraper that they built themselves." People,
Hmm.
that's why they nuked fucking Tilted Towers, because people were just building their own fucking Tilted Towers. Shit was
Basically.
dumb, man. I hated that game.
It was so much better back in like, cause like in the first few seasons, you know how like now you just have to hold down the mouse button and aim, and then the walls just build up instantly.
Mhm.
Originally, you couldn't do that. You had to, for every individual wall you placed, you had to click the mouse button
Click, yeah.
once. And
I didn't
also
know
you
that. I
couldn't
didn't know
build
that that
through certain
changed.
things. You couldn't build through rocks, you couldn't build through trees. So it took a lot more skill and building was a lot more slower.
Hmm.
And so I
Well,
think
and
Epic has
the
definitely
game
gone a
did.
long way to make it as sweaty as it is. They've definitely helped.
Well, I think it's because they've tried to bridge that gap between the competitive player and the casual scene.
Oh, definitely.
casuals weren't keeping up when you had to, click build every wall. Casuals weren't keeping up when like there was a tree in the way and didn't just like destroy the tree because, just like build through it. However, your competitive natured individuals who were actually grinding the game and getting better at it were doing that. But then you take all those mechanics out and you give them to individuals who are already way better at the game than, 90% of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, it's game over. You're not going to fucking beat them. Doesn't matter what
Basically.
lobby they're in. That's why Fortnite has had so many events where they're putting, 100 or 150 people or whatever up against each other because you know, they they want to see the best go against the best, not the best go up against randoms.
Yeah.
That's why it's really weird. I mean, I'm looking at the way that the battle royale scene is right now, and obviously, if
I feel like it's dwindled a
any,
bit. It's not as popular as it used to be. And
I think as
you
a
got
whole,
Blackout, but like
no, Warzone.
Warzone, yeah, not Blackout.
Yeah, yeah, Call of Duty Warzone. I was just gonna mention like that has really like revitalized like the Call of Duty community, because like Modern Warfare is a pretty boring game, and it's June now, so everybody's fucking tired of the Call of Duty for this year, and they're just trying to get hyped up for like the new release in the fall and yada 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 whatever. But like Warzone, they haven't had any official tournaments or whatever, nothing like Fortnite, but there have been like community sponsored events and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can't do like private servers in Warzone. So how the tournaments are set up, you got 4 people, and it's normally like 2 teams of duos in that 4 stack together, and like you've got 2 people on a team, 2 people on the other team fighting together, and they're technically all on like the same team in the game, but
Right.
they're playing against each other, and it's like based on like how many kills your duo gets,
Ah,
but but
interesting.
like but they're just playing against fucking randoms.
Yeah.
So you throw pro players or people that are super good at the game, up against just random ass kids in the lobby, they're gonna get a shit ton of kills. And I don't know, it's not fun. I wasn't really into Fortnite yet. I still watch the World Cup because you know is the best players in the world playing for $3 million, even though fucking uh what's the kid's name, Bugga Booga,
I had no
the
idea.
kid that won.
Is that the kid
Yeah,
that won like 3 mil playing Fortnite?
yeah, yeah, but it was in New York City, or the event was in New York City, so the kid had to pay New York taxes on it, and then he was from, I don't remember what state he was from, but then he had to pay state taxes on it too, and he had to pay federal taxes on it, so he really only walked away with like 600,000 or some shit.
I mean, that's still 6 times more than I make in a year,
No, yeah,
but
no, 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 absolutely, absolutely, it's still a shit ton of money, but like the kid got robbed. He's like 15 years old and he's
yeah,
already paid more in taxes than like we're probably gonna even see in our fucking lives.
yeah. He just got a hard taste of reality.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But him winning, I did watch I think I think it was Epic they made like a small documentary about the kid following the World Cup
Hmm.
last year. And I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. It's like 30 minutes long. You could probably find it on YouTube. Um, it basically just talks about how like you know he was just a normal kid, obviously, fucking played sports, whatever, would come home and like play Fortnite, with his friends, and then like he just like got good at it,
Basically.
and then now he just like plays Fortnite and he's like a streamer now, and since winning the World Cup, his name obviously like exploded, and
Oh
so
yeah.
his Twitch channel literally grew overnight from like winning worlds last year. I think he gained like I think he gained like 100K followers like overnight.
Damn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm out here grinding for 2 viewers.
How's the stream been going?
It's been all right.
Yeah. What you playing right now?
Because I think last episode you talked about playing Trover Saves the Universe.
Yeah.
I played that on stream yesterday.
Oh, did you? How was it?
It was I was both surprised and not surprised at the content of that game, given it was
Okay.
created by Justin Roiland.
Yeah. I haven't played it yet. So,
Um,
like,
I will
is it
say,
funny?
oh yeah, I was
Okay.
at some point I just like stopped talking and just let the game, because like the game can carry itself in the as
Yeah.
far as content goes. It is just
Right.
chocked full of just funny fucking dialogue
Right. Right.
between characters, and like it's all Justin Roiland just fucking riffing for an hour, so expect that.
How did you play it start to finish?
I did, yeah. It was about five
So it's
hours.
not very long.
No.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for a sale on that. I'm not paying $30 for a 5-hour game. Sheesh.
It was it
Good. Was
yeah, it
it
was
good
quite
gameplay?
enjoyable.
Like how was it? Okay, so but you understood now. I tried to
Yeah,
explain
I
last
get
week.
the
Like it was so hard to explain, and I couldn't even think of a way. But like you're controlling the player, but like you're controlling yourself above the player that you're controlling. It's a fucking crazy concept. But did it work? Like was it fluid or
oh
did
yeah,
it?
it brought about some interesting puzzles. Like you'll need to I think it's like you'll need to get like a I don't know. I know how you feel now trying to fucking explain this shit.
I know.
It's
It's so hard.
it's because the camera is locked to one position in the map, and
Right.
then you're controlling a character who can move around the area freely. And then if you move a character to a certain position, you can then teleport the camera to that position and then continue playing with the character. So you have to move the character to somewhere where you can position the camera, then move the camera there. So then that way you can continue, because like you'll have to see around corners and over cliffs and shit. So it's an interesting concept. If I were to call it something, I would call it second person, because you have like your third person where the camera's sort of
That's
locked to
different.
the back of the head of the player, but
Uh huh. Yeah.
the camera still moves with the character, and then first person, first
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
shooters and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
I would call this second person, if that's a
I don't think that's a
acceptable
thing.
term.
Is that a thing?
Um,
Second
it
person?
hasn't really been explored that much in video games.
I think okay. Oh no, but I think that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah,
Give
it's
give
like
me
a
right
hybrid
now. Give
between
me
the two.
give me a hang on. Hang on. Let me let me grab let me grab my little timer here real quick. I want damn it. Delete. Delete. All right. You know what I want? I want a 10-second review.
10-second review. Holy fuck!
10-second review. Okay. Ready? You ready?
I could probably do it in 3 seconds.
You got 10 seconds. Go.
Okay. Uh, Trover Saves the Universe is Rick and Morty, but in video game form. So if you like Rick and Morty, or you like Justin Roiland's crazy imagination, then Trover Saves the
Time's
Universe
up.
might be for you.
Time's up. I gave you 5 extra seconds because you weren't
Okay.
putting a sentence together.
I'm not good at sentencing.
Okay, well, it was good. I'll have to check it out because
Yeah.
if I can,
It's
I don't know. It's
also
it's been on my radar for so long. I just haven't
yeah.
wanted to pay for it.
Another thing is like, because like you can play it two different ways. You can play it either censored or uncensored. I
Why would you
played
want to
the
play any game
uncensored
since?
version, and I will say it is probably borderline TOS with Twitch.
Really?
Just because like I don't know, it's just there's just like a lot of language and some
I thought
strange
I thought as
visuals. I
far
will say very strange visuals.
I thought as far as TOS went. for Twitch, as long as it wasn't the focal point of the content, then it was okay. Like nudity in games, like Witcher
Right.
3. There's obviously nudity in The Witcher 3. And so if
Yeah.
it pops up on stream, for the 30 seconds that like a boob is hanging out in the cutscene, I'm pretty sure as far as TOS goes, it's like fine.
Mhm.
But like if you were to hop on stream and play fucking Leisure Suit Larry from, 20 years ago, or I think they made a more recent one than 20 years ago. But, if anybody doesn't know what Leisure Suit Larry is, just Google it, dude. I'm not explaining that fucking game. It's disgusting. Um, but like you try and pull that up on stream, like I think Twitch is gonna come on in with the old ban hammer,
Mm,
because like obviously the focal point of that game is like, pick up chicks and
yeah.
do them.
I don't know. If I think they're trying to get better, but in the past, Twitch has kind of been a little
I know this doesn't affect
inconsistent
you.
with who they hand out warnings to and bans to.
Yeah, well, it's all money.
Yeah.
It's all money. But I know this doesn't affect you. I'm segueing into more Twitch talk here. Um, you don't play music on stream, but obviously a lot of users do.
Well, if
Have
I do
you
play music, it's
seen?
usually royalty free. But yeah, continue.
Okay, okay, well, so maybe you can help me out here. I've just seen like a lot of streamers bitch about it. People getting like DMCAs and copyright strikes and all sorts of shit like on their channels.
Hmm.
Is it just like Amazon like cracking down on it, or is it more so like a specific music company or label or whatever like mad that they aren't getting royalties for plays? Like what
Um,
have you kept up on any of it?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah, that's about all I got too.
I know a few.
I probably have like a couple of VODs on my channel right now that have copyrighted music on them, but I feel like since I purchased it from Spotify, I feel like I have royalties to it.
Cause like a lot of streamers that I follow have had to delete their old
Mhm.
Twitch clips that have had copyrighted music
Right.
in it.
Mhm.
Um, it might just be like a few record companies have kind of fallen into the loop of, oh, this is what Twitch is, and then they've realized that, oh, some people are playing copyrighted music on there. But like
Yeah, I mean
the
it's
big
it's
issue though is
probably
that
close.
like people are trying to delete their old like 2 or 3 year old Twitch clips because they don't want to be banned, but they
Right.
can't. They'll go to delete it and says, "Oh, this is not an action you can take, I'm afraid." And it's like, "Well, fuck."
Really?
Yeah. It
I
it
mean,
makes
are they
zero
fearing
sense.
that are they fearing that like these companies are gonna start going through fucking hours upon hours of VODs or what?
I'm just reading up on it now. Okay, so yeah, I think it is Amazon having a bit of a fit over because I guess they own Twitch currently.
Yeah, Amazon bought Twitch years ago.
Yeah. The
That's why
the
the
issue
Twitch
is
Prime
you can
shit's a
only
thing.
delete a few clips at a time. So like if you try to delete, 10,000 clips over the last 6 years of Twitch streaming, that's not going to go so well.
Why? Why can't
I don't
why
know
don't
why.
you
You can
have
only
control of why don't you have control over what clips you want on your channel and what you don't? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. They're like, "Hey, you can only delete a few Twitch clips at a time. Sorry." It makes no sense to me.
That makes zero sense. Huh. That's so weird.
It seems to just be between 2017 and
Wait,
2019 according to this, but I'm just kind of reading up on it right now. Yeah.
why is this audio muted on my clip here? I
Oh,
didn't have any
if
music
you were
played
playing
here.
copyrighted music, what Twitch usually does is they just automatically mute it post
I
stream.
didn't play any music during this stream. That was when I played Super Hot.
Oh no, doesn't Super Hot have some cooperative music in it though?
I don't know. Probably. I
I
guess.
know some games are like that. Like fucking my video for San Andreas, there's a portion in it that's muted because it's got cooperative music in it.
Yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
Rockstar has an issue with paying royalties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Wait, what was that pop-up that just... The fuck? I don't know. Yeah, I have failed. Uh, Not failed. Um, Faulted.
Oh,
Um, Last week we talked about how I wanted to start streaming more. Um, and I do. I just have not done it. I have not launched the stream once since our last podcast from last. Well, we recorded on Tuesday. It came out Wednesday.
yeah.
Um, However, I'm very happy that we are back to back on weeks here, and we're gonna keep it this way. We're gonna be doing weeklies. The goal, I'm gonna throw this out here. The tentative goal is to record on Tuesdays and release on Wednesdays.
I like it.
So a little midweek pick me up for any listeners
Yeah.
that like to hear two idiots ramble on about nothing. Did you ever watch Chernobyl on HBO?
I feel like you probably told me to, and I never did.
Mm, okay. Well, it sucks that you haven't because it was announced today or maybe yesterday that the director from Chernobyl is going to be directing HBO's take on the Last of Us series.
Oh.
And Chernobyl was probably some of the best TV I've ever watched.
So they're creating like a show based on The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
hmm I've never played those games. I need to get my PlayStation back from my stepfather so that I can play The Last of Us 1 because the second one comes out fairly soon, right?
Should be in like maybe this summer, or if not September or
I
something.
feel like we talked about
Go
this last week and I still don't remember.
Last of Us 2 release date.
I know it's
June
this year, right?
19th, 2020.
Oh
Fuck,
shit,
that's
so
in
like in a
9
week.
days.
Okay.
Holy
Are you
shit.
gonna be are you gonna
Fuck yeah,
stream
I'm gonna
that?
play it. Fuck yeah.
You gonna stream it?
If I can link my Twitch to my PS4, yeah.
I think you can do it on board.
Okay.
Um, I don't know how the quality is,
I think like
but I
some
know you could
streamers
like
will play it,
buy.
will stream through their PC and have it like linked to their PS4 somehow.
Yeah, yeah, you might be able to do like an HDMI input
Yeah, yeah, I should be able to do
through
that
the.
actually, because my monitor is HDMI currently. So I
Right.
can probably hook
I
up
don't
my
know. You
monitor
might
to my
have to
PlayStation
might have to
actually.
Google something. Um, Worst comes to worst, you could spend like $100 on an Elgato.
Hmm.
I know we in a recession right now, but like Elgato HD60. Yeah, how much are these things?
Well, because
Oh
this
shit.
actually, I think I have like a little converter. Yeah, I've got a little converter that converts HDMI to the proper input for a monitor, and that's how I have
Yeah.
it hooked up to my PC. And my PS4 uses
Yeah.
HDMI, so I can easily just hook it up to that, and that
Right.
should theoretically work fine. I'll play with it
Uh,
as soon as as soon as we finish up here.
yeah, I don't know. I've never messed with that.
I'm
Uh,
pretty sure I had it set up with my monitor before when I first got my PlayStation and I didn't have
I
a TV.
haven't I haven't recorded console gameplay since Xbox 360 when I had a Dazzle game capture.
Hmm.
Do you remember those things?
A Dazzle
They
game cacher.
hmm
I can't.
they were like they were like 50 or $60. You'd buy them at Radio Shack. Um, might not even be old enough to remember Radio Shack.
Probably not.
Radio Shack went out of business like when I was like in high school, I think. I mean, at least like 8 or 9 years ago. So I don't know. Basically, Radio Shack was just like it was an electronics store, but like they only sold. They didn't sell like computers or like TVs or shit. They literally sold like component cables and wire splitter connectors and bridges and all this other shit. Basically, all the little wires and components that you would like need to
Oh yeah,
make
I've been to a Radio
electronics
Shack
do
before.
cooler things.
Radio Shack is still a thing. They got like 500 stores currently.
Okay, quite the downgrade.
Oh yeah.
Basically, Best Buy put them out of business, and
Oof.
Amazon is currently doing that to Best Buy.
I swear in like 10, 20 years we're just gonna have like Walmart and Amazon. That's just gonna be it.
It's kind of disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because how far are we going to allow companies to go before they monopolize everything? It's not like they're monopolizing a single product. They're monopolizing consumerism.
Yeah. Entire businesses.
hmm I don't know. I buy all of my computer parts off Newegg, so
Eh.
Amazon hit like $2,400 a share today, I think.
Jeez.
And Tesla finally hit $1,000 a share today.
Oh, good job. Good job.
Yo, no shit. No shit. But
did you ever jump back into Undertale? Sort of like derail the topic, but
no, no. Dude, I seriously just cannot stop playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online right now. That's the only game I've really played other than like a few games of Warzone with my pals. I mean, I haven't even played Counter-Strike in like 2 weeks. And like normally Counter-Strike is like my go-to. But I can't stop playing Grand Theft Auto online. I have a problem, I think.
what's gotten you into it?
I finally have like it went free on Epic, so a couple of my friends downloaded it.
Ah, so you've just been
And
playing with
so like
friends
we've
then.
been playing them. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That and I don't know. I like the mindlessness of it. The fucking it's a super grindy game, obviously. Rockstar doesn't
Yeah.
want you to actually make money in Grand Theft Auto Online. They just want you to buy it. So if you
Yeah,
do want
since I was
to
gonna
actually
say,
earn money,
because we were on the topic of like buying and like
mm-hmm,
microtransactions, I was gonna
yeah,
go into that.
Rockstar's the fucking worst. They're probably worse than EA because at least with EA's system, it's like a one-time thing.
Hmm.
If you get the the FIFA Ultimate card that you want, or if you buy fucking Darth Vader, you know. But with Grand Theft Auto, it's like, well, two things. They haven't updated their microtransaction. They call them shark cards.
Yeah.
Shark cards are just fucking virtual visas that give you X amount of dollars, and the uh, highest level of the shark card is $100 US, and it nets you $8 million for GTA money.
I thought it was 10.
Nope, 8,
Okay.
and that would be a really good deal in 2013 when the game fucking came out. When the highest or the most expensive thing in the game was $1 million.
Yeah, it's important to point out that now the game has like planes you can buy for like 20 mil. So
Yeah.
you have to spend $300 on three of these $8 million shark cards just to buy one fucking item in a game.
Yeah. It's crazy. But like, so I had a buddy that got one of these shark cards. Um, he bought it off of one of the resale sites, so he didn't pay full Rockstar price for it. But you know he like bought all this shit, and I'm like, that's cool, but like you A didn't really get anything, and B, like, I don't know, in my mind when I play a game like that, if I just like bought it all, like I wouldn't want to play it anymore. It like defeats the purpose of the game for me
If you
to
had
not
like
like
all
have
the
some.
cool things to play
Yeah,
with.
like if I just like was like, oh, I'm just gonna swipe the old debit card here, and then I'll just have all my shit, and then like we'll be cool. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't think the game's fun anymore because like I unlocked everything.
See,
There's no
the
challenge.
my issue, and this is why I haven't played GT Online for like 2, 3 years, might even be more than that,
Mm-hmm.
is like a lot of these things that you can buy that are worth like a bajillion dollars, they're
Mm-hmm.
all designed to just wreak havoc on other players. Like you can get tanks, jets. I think you can get a like a fucking
Yeah, there's like a
flying
flying motorcycle that
flying
like shoots
motorbike
rockets.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
super cool. I'm really
And
trying to buy one.
as cool and epic as those things are, if they cost a lot of money and you're not willing to spend real money for in-game money and you don't have that toy, then you're kind of running around being bombarded by people who do have these explosive toys.
Okay, I will say that since I got back into GTA Online, I don't think that the griefing is as bad as it was a while back.
No? Because
No,
like
and I
I
say
left when
that
it was like really
because
bad.
yeah, I say that because I believe that since Epic, had their free week, free add it to your library, it's yours forever. There's a lot newer players,
Hmm.
and it may just be that a lot of those newer players don't have all the flying tanks and bullshit that you can just like blow people up in. Um, but I think that like a lot of people, if if like you're not a hacker, which the hacking is still pretty bad. It'll about maybe once a night, I'm finding myself in a lobby with a hacker who's like level 8,000, and he's just like fucking raining missiles and airplanes from the sky. Like, it's annoying, but just find a new session, move on, whatever. But really, the hackers are the ones that are the griefers,
Mm.
and uh, I don't I don't find too many problems with like people like fucking with me. Um, a lot of the times, you can do your running missions like in the free mode and all that, and like people just don't really fucking care. And what I've learned is like if I am playing alone, or even if I'm playing with friends, like if we just leave other people alone, like they're gonna leave us the fuck alone.
I guess it's
It's
changed quite a
really
bit
not
then
that
since I've
bad.
played it.
It's not that bad. We should hop on sometime this week while you're streaming, and we should play on stream.
We could.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, because like I don't, this is probably like back in like 2016,
Oh yeah,
2017.
no, that was toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
Years ago, GTA Online was the fucking worst. Yeah, and you seriously like were just forced to play in like a fucking invite only session, and then you couldn't do like half the things in the game
Yeah, you can't do
because
heists, you
there's so
can't
many
do
things that are like
any
overworld that you have to like be in a public session to do.
none of the
Yeah.
missions that would grant you like a proper chunk of change you could do
Mhm.
in a private lobby.
Right.
Because like it felt to me like GT Online was really built around the fact that online players can fuck with other online players and make each other's lives
Oh,
difficult.
it absolutely. I'm telling you, Rockstar does not want players to make money in that game. They want players to buy money.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's why like whenever you do like one of the motorcycle club missions or one of the bunker missions where you like run arms, like it notifies everyone in the lobby like, oh, El Gandhi is carrying cargo. Go destroy the cargo to earn RP and cash. You don't earn a lot. Like,
No.
you don't earn enough to justify like being a dick. And what's also funny is you can still set bounties on people's heads.
Yeah.
However, again, Grand Theft Auto has never updated or increased the amount of money in which you can place a bounty on someone's head. So the maximum amount of money is $9,000 for a bounty. Nobody is going to go waste their time to go kill somebody for $9,000. It's not enough money to care.
I remember back in like the early days of
That's
GTA
Rockstar
Online
though.
when all I did was just hunt bounties on people. I was actually pretty good at it.
It used to
But like
be a
you
good
can't
way
even
to
get a
make
gun
some
for 9
money.
grand in that game, so it's not even worth it
Right.
anymore.
Like, I mean, it also used to just be like the best thing to do the damn survival missions in Grand Theft Auto Online
Mhm.
because you'd get like 20 grand or 30 grand, for 30 minutes of work.
I
But now like
remember I
30
remember
minutes and
there
half an hour sucks.
I remember there was like a sufficient like the deemed the best way to make money was obviously through grinding this one mission for like several hours, but it would net you like 30 grand.
Mm,
And like back in the day, that used to be a fantastic way to make money. And like
right,
after a few hours, you'd be able to buy some pretty decent shit. But
right.
now everything's so fucking expensive, you'd have to grind that
Mm,
one mission for several days before you could even buy
oh
something.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I
I
don't
mean,
even
and
think it gives you
there's
as much
ways to
anymore
make
either.
what's that?
I don't think it even gives you as much money anymore. I think they nerfed that.
Oh, probably not. That's because I'm pretty sure Rockstar is so on top of like their community content creators and creating things. They're creating content focused around fast money making guides or easy money making guides and stuff like that. That I just feel like they nerf the shit out of everything that they see on YouTube, and they're like, no fun for you. uh, you can still do it. We're just gonna make it fucking harder for you to do. We'll decrease the amount of money that you can get from it. We'll fucking make more NPCs chase you and fucking we're just gonna be a bunch of big old cunts about everything because they don't want you to make money and it's
No.
frustrating, but I'm still gonna play the fucking game. No, because okay, but what I was getting at with my friend, like buying the shark card and all that, like I want to like I haven't bought any shark cards. And like I've got a bunch of shit unlocked. I got a bunch of businesses, I've got I got all sorts of shit. And oh my goodness gracious, what is that yawn? I apologize.
I think you're
I'm
gonna
gonna keep
fall
that in there.
asleep in the middle of this podcast.
Um, but like I want to do it legit. I know that I can do it legit. Like I know the way to make money in the game.
Hmm.
It just takes, it takes a lot of time to do it. And like it's tough, like super time consuming.
Oh yeah. I think when I had GT Online initially on the Xbox 360 and then I transferred over to the PlayStation 4.
Hmm.
I think I got up to like rank 300 and like 60 something, and I never bought a single shot card. It was just all through grinding, and like I had
Hmm.
tanks and hydro jets, and I even had pointless shit too. Like I had bought buses and dump trucks and stuff too, just 'cause like
Right.
why the fuck not?
Right.
So I'm super cheesed that I can't transfer my character over to PC, but whatever.
That is wild. And
Yeah,
I didn't know that that was a thing. I know we had a little back and forth on Twitter a couple weeks ago about it.
yeah.
But yeah, that's really
I think
weird.
they disabled it in like
Have you
2017 or something, someone said.
really?
Just
I
'cause
was
like
gonna
so
say,
many
did you
people
try and like
were like,
disable the link between like Xbox or whatever and link like the Steam or Epic or whatever it is?
I had no idea. But like, yeah, I think it's 'cause like people were transferring their hacked accounts from PlayStation and Xbox onto PC or something like that.
Probably the other way around.
Yeah. So,
Because I would imagine all of that is just to stop people from hacking on consoles. You're never gonna get rid of hackers on PCs. There's too many workarounds, especially because I mean, even if you ban a hacker on PC, all you're doing is essentially, you know, banning the one account. You can't really like ban, an IP,
It's
not in
like
the
you cut
day of
off one
VPNs
snakehead and
and
two
shit.
more take its place.
Right, yeah. But it's not. I mean, I don't think that the hacking is that big of a problem. I haven't really noticed anything that's been just like too crazy. But I mean, there have been some nights where I've had to find a new session because of some hackers. But I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I still want to play the damn murder mystery game that I bought for fucking $2. I haven't played it. I want to stream it. I've been fucking lazy. Um, I want to stream it tomorrow. I can't stream it tonight. I'm fucking tired. I need to get some sleep tonight, but
You should try and commit yourself to a streaming schedule.
I
Might
know,
help with
I
your sleep
know,
schedule too.
I
Cause like
know. I just
every
don't know,
morning I'm
like,
like, fuck, I don't want to get up, but also I have to stream at noon, so fuck. But at least it's keeping
that's
me
not bad.
kind
Yeah.
of going to bed at the proper time.
Yeah. What are you streaming? What, Monday through Friday?
Monday to Thursday, typically noon to 4, but sometimes I go a bit longer if I'm really enjoying myself.
Noon to 4. Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, Pacific Standard Time, so that's like 3 to 7 for you, I think.
Right. Yeah. 4 to 8. Right. Yeah.
No, 3 to 7. You're 3 hours ahead
No.
of me, aren't you?
What'd you say? Noon? Oh, I thought you said
Yeah,
1. Yeah.
noon
Yeah.
to
3 to 7.
okay.
Yeah. That's why we agreed on recording at 8 p.m. my time on Tuesdays
Yeah.
because you'd be done streaming. Wow, we're just having a normal fucking conversation here. We're not even talking about anything. I think that's gonna be it for today. We're just fucking rambling. I'm out of
Basically.
shit to talk about. Fucking yeah, figure I'll figure out a stream
Yeah,
schedule.
'cause like you were saying earlier how like you got like basically no reason to wake up in the mornings.
I
So
know. No,
if
you're
you have
absolutely right.
if you have like a proper schedule, even if it's just something as arbitrary as streaming,
Mhm.
at least you have a reason to go to bed on time.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Because 100%, if I didn't have this stream schedule, I would probably be sleeping right now, scheduled to wake up at like 2 in the morning. So, yeah.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I need to figure something out. I I just don't know what I don't know what days, what times I'm gonna be feeling that. I don't know. It's just hard. Well, not it's not hard. It's more or less like, the wife works nights,
hmm
so but honestly, I don't know if I necessarily want to stream like at night or like if I should stream during the day while she's sleeping. But then it's like, how rowdy can I get on
Yeah,
the
you'd probably
stream?
risk waking her up or something.
Right, some wild shit went down. But I don't know. I don't get all that rowdy in video games, unless I'm playing something crazy. I got kind of rowdy during that super hot stream a few weeks ago, but that's because that game fucking tilted me, bro. All right, now we're fucking cutting this off. Thanks for listening. All of our socials will be down in the description below. Uh, Today was fucking just all over the place. We got some stonks talked about.
Yeah, invest in
Fucking
Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know. It's like
no, don't follow any advice that either one of us idiots talked about. Um, oh,
stocks and video games. It's kind of the
no, I lost my whole thought. I thought I had something else. I got nothing. Yeah, stocks videos. We talked a lot about video games. From today.
yeah.
I mean, obviously we covered a lot of what's going on in the world last week. Um, there's nothing to add to it. Fight the fight. stand
America's
for
still
something.
burning itself to the ground.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty mellow, at least around me. I don't know what the fuck is really going on the national scale, but
Apparently, in Seattle, one of the police stations have closed down, and like the protesters have established their own police-free zone.
that's what's up. Good
Yeah,
for them.
they're trying. They want to prove that they can have a functioning society without police presence.
I don't know why this is like such a fucking dude. Okay, everyone needs to fucking read up about the Kansas Kansas City experiment. The Kansas City experiment. Fucking let me make sure that this is yes. So it was designed to test the assumptions of deterrence theory in relation to marked police patrol. In particular, researchers wanted to see if an increase in police patrol could lead to a decrease in crime and a decrease in the public's fear of crime. This was an experiment that took place back in the 70s.
Hmm.
Long story short, it fucking changed nothing. Adding more cop cars, taking away cop cars, people live their fucking lives. What people fail to realize is 99.9% of people are good fucking people and they're just going to live their goddamn lives.
Basically.
So just read up on the Kansas City Preventative Patrol experiment. Very interesting sociological study that like just proves that you know now I'm not going to say that we don't need some sort of law and order or police presence, but this overactive militarized police approach to policing communities is fucking absurd. I'm gonna end it on that one. Take us out.
Okay. Thank you, as always, for listening to us rambling for an hour or so. If you
It
enjoyed
went
the
kind of long today.
podcast, be sure to share it with your friends so we can get lots of views and feel good about ourselves. Be sure to follow our shit. Links are all down in the description. And that is everything. Have a good night.
Stream schedule coming this week.
Yes.
I'll figure it out. I'll tweet it. Follow my stream Twitter, L_Gandhi. Actually, that's not it. It's LX Gandhi. L_Gandhi was taken, bitches.
Oh, fucking asshole. Anyway,
I know.
if we don't stop recording now, we're gonna just keep talking. So good night.